Hi everyone, this is Alice. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the first cat Scrappiness and Not Too Shabby coffee collab hop. I am super excited to be part of this amazing collaboration hop between Not Too Shabby Shop and Cat Scrappiness. There are some new and amazing coffee themed products releasing from both of these amazing companies. Please hop along and check out all the projects from my KS crew team members and the designers from the Not Too Shabby Design Team. You will have two chances to win. Cat Scrappiness and Not Too Shabby Shop are both giving away $20 gift certificates to their shop. Their giveaway is until December 15th, so you have until December 15th to sign up. You need to sign up to the Cat Scrappiness newsletter and fill out the raffle copter that is going to be in the description below. Make sure that you check out the Cat Scrappiness and Not Too Shabby community pages to see who the winners are. This hop is a hashtag driven hop, so follow the hashtag KS N2S coffee collab. But if that is not working, if you click on the title and it's not working, make sure that you check my description box below and I will have a full hop list. Okay, my first project uses the Pour Yourself a Latte stamp set from Cat Scrappiness. This is a huge set. It has this super cute, very versatile cup, and then it has different like foam art. I love them. And then it has two florals that you can use to decorate your cup. So I am stamping on some Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I am actually stamping with it's like a green teal color, and it's just a dye-based ink. And the reason I'm using this is because I'm gonna do one of my favorite, if not my favorite, watercolor technique, where I actually am going to use the same ink pad to color my piece, and I'm gonna use part of the color of the lines that I just stamped to move those colors around the Bristol Smooth cardstock. Before I start coloring, I decided, sorry about my head, it's kind of hard to line up only because I am not have them right under my head like this. When I stamp, I'm actually stamping and coloring all ahead of me. So, but this is, I love it. Both of the florals that come in this set, they are super easy to match. They fit perfectly. I love the angle that they have, and they make me feel, I feel like I need to make another card where the cup is in shades of brown to because this floral kind of makes me think of like a 70s coffee mug set. So here I just used a little bit of my dye base ink pad, and I smear it in my acrylic piece. You could do it also on the silicone mat. And I'm just using a small round brush to use part of that, but I'm also pulling the colors from the lines around it. So one of the things is, while I'm coloring this, I am skipping the floral part because I was thinking of leaving it blank, like white, just in blank like this, and that could have been a super cute look on this, and I think it totally would have worked. But you'll see me that afterwards I'm coming with it and I'm thinking, you know what, I just want a few lines, and then I add more. So you'll see that I'll add a little of extra color. So for the rim and for the piece of the side of the mug where you hold the mug, that there's two angles. So I'm gonna make sure that I use a little bit more of ink and make the entire thing darker because it's gonna be like a different color. because the glaze would behave different in the sides of the cup. So here I'm bringing, see, I made a little bit of a darker color, and I'm coming with a second look at those. And this is where I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I'm loving the look of it. And then I decided I need a little bit of hints of color, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna color them completely. I end up not adding gel pen, but you could add gel pen too. So it depends up to you what you want to do. But I'm really, really loving this cup. Here comes a little bit of a close-up. And let's get going. So here I fussy cutted my cup, but we will have, I believe we will have coordinating die cuts for them. But I just love these papers. So the papers are from Not Too Shabby, and this one is the cream to my coffee. And I get surprised because I thought those were polka dots, and they're teeny tiny white hearts, and I am in love with this paper pad. I may need a second one. And then this second set, which is the one that I'm actually going to use for my card, is called Cafe Latte. And I end up pulling, I believe, two of the background papers. These are all 6x6. They're again from Not Too Shabby. So they're both releasing coffee related items, and I think they knocked it out of the park. Seriously. So this part right here, I am actually white embossing things a latte. And this is from the box of the month from Not Too Shabby for December. And you'll see me that I changed my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna use it, I'm not gonna use it, but I think the December box from Not Too Shabby would be a perfect complement to all of the releases from both Cat Scrappiness and Not Too Shabby for this release hop. So here is my yellow piece, and I love it against that light aqua. And I also have like a dark aqua. And at this point, I decided, you know what? This is all working beautifully. And I unfortunately didn't record it, but I am using the Kendra's Card Challenge KCC number 12. And I will add the sketch that I'm using. Both of both Cat Scrappiness and Not Too Shabby are some of the sponsors for KCC, for Kendra's Card Challenge, and I enjoy a lot using her sketches. I'm part of her DT too, so I decided to use those. For this part, I am actually not going to use any of the foam art stamps, but I am using the teeny tiny small piece of the little black oval, which actually is like the end of, like when you're drinking your coffee and you have almost just, you've gotten to the end. So here I personally drink black coffee, and so does my daughter. So I decided to do black, and I am actually embossing it with the walnut stain distress embossing. But before that, I did use my Cat Scrappiness embossing tool to make sure that I didn't get too much of extra embossing powders everywhere. And I am going to hit emboss this. It's going to bring this beautiful texture that these distress embossing powders do bring. It's not shiny. It's actually very dull, and it does have a texture like almost you have like ground pieces of coffee in the bottom. So I love it. I love how this looked, way better than I even expected. And here is the look at what there is, my sketch number 8 from Kendra's Card Challenge. And this is the look. So it has 3 circles, but instead of the third circle, what I'm going to be using is my coffee mug. And I love it. I truly love it. I love how well this sentiment also works in here. And you'll see me, I'm gonna finish the card, but I am gonna change my mind. So you'll see the whole process. So I'm here, I'm looking at it, and I decide that I'm missing something. And that's something that I am missing. It's a little bit of texture for my darker teal circle. So I'm gonna use the other floral stamp that is part of the Pour Yourself a Latte, and I am just making a background for my circle, and I'm just stamping it all over the little circle, just with the same dye base ink that I did use for the mug. I'm bringing back my paintbrush, and I did put a little drop of water on my silicone mat, and I'm just using that to actually spread the color that I just stamped. So I could have added more ink and then add water, but I thought this would be enough, especially since my brush, I did not wash my brush, so there's a lot of that teal color in there, and you'll see me bring a tiny bit more, and you see how vibrant this crystal dye base ink is. It's just gorgeous, and I really love how this is turning to be. The only thing that I wish I had changed was probably to use some of the Cat Scrappiness pearl powders on this when I was adding water to my coloring, but I love how it kind of fades in the floral into the background of the dark teal circle. So I am just taping my background to that beautiful teal color, and I love how the yellow on that background paper just pops with the light teal. And I also like how the light teal and the colors with the darker teal just go together with the cup. And here I'm looking at my side for the sketch, trying to follow it. I'm trying also to make sure that everything looks fine. I'm bringing that last strip is part of the sketch. And here I'm adding a little bit of foam tape. This is a pretty low foam tape. I actually place my cup there, and you'll see later that I do move my cup down, and this is really good foam tape. Once it goes down, it's really hard to pull out, but I learned a trick where if you use your heat embossing gun and you warm it up and pull at the same time, just be careful with the fingers, you can pull almost any foam tape out and redo it. And here is my card. I'm thinking, kind of need something. Oh my goodness, the perfect addition are these pearl. It's like pearl and glitter, and they're just so cute to put on. They are but not too shabby, and they are part of this coffee release. And I'm using it's like a teal, like a really deep and dark teal. And actually the reason I started with the teal colors for this card was when I saw these little glitter dots, I was in love, and I knew that I needed to use teal. Even if the papers were mostly yellows and browns, I was like, oh, I need to add teal here. And then I'm looking at the ephemera from the Not Too Shabby, which is adorable too. And then I'll go like, I feel like I want to use that ephemera there instead of the sentiment that I used from the Not Too Shabby December box. And then I decided, you know what, let me check all of them, but I go back to that heart. And I keep moving back and forth, and then I decided, you know what, I am going to use this rectangular one. I really like it, and I go with it. I move one of my little dots. They are seriously fabulous. And I'm going to save that sentiment for maybe the next card. Okay, so here is my card. Totally in love with it. I love the set. I know I will be using a lot this cup. I might suddenly make her a Christmas cup. It could be a fall cup. It could be anything because it's, again, so versatile. Here is a final look of my first card. I love the craft colors because it just brings you coffee memories. And let's look at my second card. My second card, I will be showing you a video tomorrow, but I want to give you a little hint of what is coming next. Here is my second card using the Pour Yourself a Latte and enamel dots from Not Too Shabby and pattern paper from Not Too Shabby. Thank you for joining us in this Cat Scrappiness Not Too Shabby collaboration. And remember, don't leave crafting for tomorrow. Start today.